Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. Police were called to the area of 666 Alter Street on Wednesday morning for a report of two males attempting to steal cooking oil with a box truck. While police were at the scene, two suspects returned in the same vehicle. Kimberlyn De La Rosa Reyes and Yuri Valera were both arrested for the attempted theft. De La Rosa Reyes has been charged with possessing instruments of a crime, criminal conspiracy to commit theft, and criminal attempt to commit theft, and was taken to the Luzerne County Correctional Facility where he was unable to post his $10,000 bail. Valeria was charged on the same 3 counts and is also behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility, unable to post his $10,000 bail. It was also later learned that Valeria was wanted by the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and a detainer was sent to the correctional facility. Two men attempted to steal 2 skill machines from a diner in Plains Township Monday morning. Around 2 a.m., 2 white males entered G's Diner in the 580 block of East Main Street, attempting to steal the machines located in the back of the diner. The 2 men pretended to play the games for about 8 minutes before staff grew suspicious and scared them away. The owner has since moved the machines for easier surveillance from the staff. Supporting Autism Families Everywhere, or SAFE, is hosting their 17th annual Pause for a Cause event this Sunday. A dog walk where the funds from the event allow families to apply for service dogs, and Executive Director Melinda Nipfer told us all about the event, including a first-time edition.
So we're going to have, for the first time this year, we're actually going to do a dog costume photograph contest. So we're going to take photographs of the dogs, and if people want to register for that on the day. And then we have a blessing of the dogs, and then we have the dog walk, which goes through the beautiful grounds of Whitetail Preserve. We will be having vendors at the event, and tricky trays and raffles.
This event is all about the dogs, and Melinda tells us about registering and how your dog will be spoiled before and after the walk.
$15 per dog for registration for the dog walk. The dogs get bandanas and toys and treats, and every registered dog that comes down gets a nice little treat bag.
Melinda leaves us with what she is most excited for, along with a little information on service dogs.
I am most looking forward to seeing the community coming out and just having a really great day with their pets in a pet-friendly environment, raising money for a really good cause. Unfortunately, service animals are very, very expensive, and they take a long time. It can take up to 3 years for a service animal, for a service dog, to be ready.
The event is still in search of vendors to join the event, including Dogfather Customs, Christian's Crayons, Autistic Artists, Aunt Mendy's, Tracy's Totally Tupperware, and Bacon with Bacon Bakery. If you would like to sign up to be a vendor at this event, you can call 570-401-3970 for more information. The event will be held at the Whitetail Preserve at Bloomsburg, with registration starting at 12:30 p.m. A Nanticoke drive-by shooting leaves a 14-year-old boy injured and 1 suspect arrested. James Alberto Jr., 16, was arrested this morning and is being charged as an adult for attempted homicide, pleading not guilty. Alberto is the 2nd suspect arrested in connection with another drive-by shooting which occurred in July. The 14-year-old boy was walking from a nearby park after playing basketball when he was shot in the ankle and in the head. According to police, surveillance photos showed the victim walking as a silver Hyundai Elantra slowly passed by. The rear seat passenger is then seen leaning out the window and firing rounds towards the 14-year-old as they drive away. Investigators have received video footage from locations in Nanticoke, Chickasha, and Larksville, identifying the gunman as 16-year-old John Carl Pierce IV. Pierce faces numerous charges, including attempt to commit criminal homicide. Alberto was denied bail and remains in the Luzerne County Correctional Facility, with a preliminary scheduled for October 11th. While many know the Bloomsburg Fair for its expansive showcase of food, entertainment, and livestock, the fair is also a great exhibit for arts and crafts. We visited the John Gigger Small Arena to see the Fleece to Shawl Show, a 3-hour contest of weaving, spinning, and carding for kids and adults of all ages. We spoke with Fleece to Shawl judge Tracy Sayer about what this showcase was all about.
The spinners are going to be starting with raw fleeces and then preparing them, carding them, spinning them, and then weaving them into a shawl.
Sayer believes that this event provides good practice for these teams as they prepare for the Pennsylvania Farm Show in January. Similar to the Bloomsburg Fair, the Farm Show also showcases the agricultural industry of Pennsylvania and is located in Harrisburg.
We're trying to get the teams ready. This is really more like practice for them in competition so that they can get some experience before they go to the farm show down in Harrisburg. So we use the same rules that they do, but it's a little bit more friendly. We're here to help them to prepare and get ready, so it's a little bit more relaxed. It's really a time for them to learn.
The Fleece to Shawl contest was held on Saturday, September 23rd from noon to 4 p.m. at the Bloomsburg Fair. Coming up on WYLN News, the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts is holding a Wicked Walk in Hazleton. Plus, the Turnpike has plans to add electric charging stations at every service plaza by 2027. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Tegan. Tomorrow it's going to be raining cats and dogs.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
High school football is back on WYLN TV 35. You can always count on WYLN for all the action, not just the highlights. This week, the Wolfpack of Wilkes-Barre traveled to Crestwood to take on the Crestwood Comets. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock with Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, Mike Sosar, and the WYLN sports team. Over the air on 35.1 in Hazleton, 47.1 in Berwick and Bloomsburg, Service Electric Cable Channel 7 and 507, and online at WYLNTV.com.
Welcome back to WYLN News. October is right around the corner, which means spooky season is back in full swing, and the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts is hosting a Wicked Walk and Wicked Ball, and we talked to Sherry O'Donnell, Community Outreach Coordinator for the PTPA, who told us about how the night will get started with the Wicked Walk right here in Hazleton.
The Wicked Walk is where everyone dresses their witchy best. It could be witches, warlocks, it could be kids, adults. Witches and the participants in the Wicked Walk will meet here, will gather right here at the theater in the foyer, and the Hazleton police will escort us down to Wyoming Street, onto the north side of the street, and back up to the Art League. So we'll be having a parade going on.
The festivities for the walk do not end there either, as there will be plenty of other things for the witches and participants to do before the night ends.
When we get to the Art League area, the terrace outside, there's a lot of things going on there that evening. There's an art show going on. There are food vendors. We're going to have a drum circle, so there'll be drummers, so the witches can do the authentic German witches broom dance, which I'll be happy to help anybody with. It's a lot of fun. You know, if you want to participate, it's just going to be fabulous to see all of these witches all over town.
The Wicked Ball will happen after the walk and will include a familiar face from WYLN.
That's an over 21 event. That's going to happen at 7:30 here at the theater. Again, you can wear your witchy best and come and listen to the amazing dance music of Ostrich Hat. Jeff Bonomo is a good friend of all of ours, and Ostrich Hat is a fabulous band. We're going to dance the night away.
The Wicked Walk and Ball will take place on October 6th, starting at 5 p.m., and you can register online for the walk at ptpashows.org. The Bloomsburg Police Department will be testing the town's emergency siren on Monday, October 2nd, around 9 a.m. Residents that live in the areas of the Bloomsburg High School, the town's public works, and the fairgrounds may hear several tests of the sirens. The test will include an announcement declaring the test and a loud siren tone. If you have any questions, you are asked to contact the Bloomsburg Police Department at 570-317-2846. The Pennsylvania Turnpike has announced that it is expected to have charging stations at every service plaza by 2027. There are plans for 7 projects in 6 counties to increase access to the charging of electrical vehicles at its service plazas. The $3.9 million investment is part of $171.5 million that PennDOT will receive over 5 years thanks to the federal bipartisan infrastructure law. For more information about the expansion, you can visit PennDOT's website at penndot.pa.gov. Coming up on Hometown's News Choice, Ryan Prosick is back on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, our historian Chris Fulmer brings us Plymouth Part 3 on a path through history. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on WYLN TV.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
It's the 17th annual Pause for a Cause, Sunday, October 1st, at the Whitetail Preserve in Black Creek Township. Registration begins at 12:30. There's a pet costume contest, blessing for the animals, and then the Canine for a Cure walk and family fun walk at 1:30. Registration is just $15 per dog. Call Mary for more information at 570-401-3970. Pause for a Cause. Benefits, safe, supporting autism and families everywhere. It all happens Sunday, October 1st. Come walk with your dog at the 17th annual Pause for a Cause.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey everybody, this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, what a story. Laura Bile went to a chiropractor who was not good. He scared her, he hurt her, he used up to her insurance and she didn't get any better. She took the courage to check out our reviews, came and saw us, and what a difference it's been. Tune in, listen to her story.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update. posted daily between noon and 2 p.m. Powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Welcome back to a Thursday edition of Let's Talk Sports, where, due to the breaking news of yesterday, we'll be previewing the Thursday night football game today. And we have a classic NFC North matchup today, with the Lions taking on the Packers. And this is projected to be a good one, as the Lions have been hot, and the Packers are coming off a large fourth quarter comeback against the Saints last week. It'll be a test of two opposing defenses, as they both currently sit in the top half of the league for yards allowed. We also know that these offenses have been clicking, and it looks like the Packers will get Christian Watson in the lineup for the first time this season. And the rushing game will also get a big boost, with Aaron Jones returning from his injury that saw him miss 2 games. A big boost as he is a major part of this offense, man, mind you. He scored twice against the Bears, so he put that offense on his back a little bit for Jordan Love in his debut. Well, not his debut, but you know what I mean, his season debut after Rodgers left, that whole deal. But it'll be interesting to see what Jordan Love and Christian Watson's chemistry will be like tonight. He'll obviously step in as the first option in the passing game, but how involved will he be in terms of targets and dialed up long balls? It'll be interesting to see if they ease him back in or they let him loose right away. It won't be a problem for Aaron Jones, who already saw game action this year, like I said, but for Watson, it might be. Something to keep an eye on for tonight. As for the rest of the offense, they look to be more productive than previously thought. Moving over to the Lions side of the ball, though, it appears they will get David Montgomery back, which, does not mean good things for Jahmyr Gibbs, as they said he was going to handle 70% of the workload last week, and he did, but they didn't really use him in the right way for a 12th overall pick. I believe he's currently last in rushing efficiency for running backs, while DeAndre Swift, the guy who they traded away and they replaced with Gibbs, is first. So not too good for the Lions, but they're progressing. Amon-Ra St. Brown is still an absolute target monster. He's going to be fantastic tonight, especially for your fantasy teams. And then how about rookie Sam Laporta, second-round pick out of Iowa? He stepped up out of nowhere. Rookie tight ends don't typically do this. I know we'll talk about Kyle Pitts tomorrow and his career outside of the United States, but Sam Laporta is breaking the mold for a rookie tight end. And then obviously we have to talk about the quarterback, Jared Goff. He struggled a little bit last week, but he looks to be rebounding off a somewhat decent campaign that saw him start off a little slow last year and then, like I said, got hot towards the end and just barely missing the playoffs. It'll be interesting to see what his contract situation looks like towards the end of the year, but I think this is going to be a good one. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't think we're going to see too many points. I know I said the offensive are clicking, but Detroit and Green Bay both have star pass rushers, Rashawn Gary and Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson has been one of the best in the league after being the second overall pick last season. He's at the top of the league for pressures among edges, sacks, hurries, you name it. He's been a stud, and he's been double-teamed on, I believe, the most amount of any edge rusher. It's at least top 5, so you take it for what it's worth there. But that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll see you back here tomorrow to preview Sunday for NFL action. We have a lot of good games on the slate, so I'm excited for that one. We'll see you then.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Contact Pete Casalica for a home and auto quote today.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years, providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
Hey, Did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Plymouth was reaching a zenith as a community in the last decades of the 19th century. Its peace, however, would be shattered during the century's last decades and the first decade of the 20th century through several different events that would gain the sympathy of the entire nation. The first was a typhoid epidemic that struck the town in the first part of 1885. It was traced afterwards to a dairy farmer who lived along Coal Creek, which fed into the town's water supply. He had caught typhoid while visiting his brother in Philadelphia the previous Christmas, and while he recuperated at home, the snow in his property became contaminated with the disease. When spring came, it melted and entered Coal Creek, and eventually the town reservoir, contaminating all the water therein. Over the course of 1885, 1,153 people were infected with typhoid, 114 of whom died, although it is likely the actual toll was higher due to unreported cases. 4 years later, a religious dispute broke out in Plymouth that would also gain national headlines. One of the 3 Catholic churches in town was St. Mary's Polish Catholic Church, which was meant to serve both Polish and Lithuanian parishioners. As both countries at the time had been absorbed into the Tsarist Russian Empire, this might have seemed logical to those who put the parish together, but both nationalities considered themselves distinct, and thus when 2 different Lithuanian priests were appointed to lead the Polish majority church, the Polish parishioners, led by saloon-keeper Martin Wilkes, revolted. The second Lithuanian priest in question, Father Alexander Burba, was blocked from using the parsonage by Polish church members. When Scranton's Bishop William O'Hara sent Father Mack of the town's St. Vincent's Irish Church to intervene, the father was turned away from the parsonage at gunpoint by the Poles. Nonplussed, Father Mack went to City Hall and obtained warrants for the rebels' arrests. In the aftermath of this standoff, the Lithuanians would form their own congregation, but what became known as the Polish-Lithuanian Church War was not over yet, as in January 1890, Martin Wilkes led a group of Polish churchgoers in barring a young Lithuanian boy from being buried in the parish cemetery at gunpoint. Wilkes was arrested for this disturbance, but once released on bail, he and several followers almost immediately dug up 2 other Lithuanian children and tossed their bodies out of the cemetery. Not content to stop there, Wilkes then confronted St. Mary's new priest, Father Zemanowski, and demanded he relinquish the keys to the parsonage and quit. Father Zemanowski, however, would not be threatened, and promptly pulled a gun on Wilkes and ordered him out. Wilkes complied, threatening to burn the building down as he left, but he was arrested again before he had the chance to do so. He would be convicted of assault and battery in April 1890 and served a year and a half in prison. The new Lithuanian church, St. Casimir's, opened to worship in December of that year, along with a new Lithuanian cemetery, and the Polish-Lithuanian Church War officially ended. 1889 would also see a terrible tragedy unfold at the town's Powell Squib Factory. Founded in 1883, it made squibs, paper straws filled with black powder that were used to blast apart coal seams in the mines. Producing the squibs was often a job for young women, and the factory could employ up to 90 of them in its manufacturing. On the morning of February 25, 1889, though, most of the factory's workforce had been furloughed due to broken machinery, and only 11 girls were at work that day. This would prove most fortuitous for those laid off when, around 1 p.m., a trio of massive explosions rocked the factory, the last one so powerful that it blew the roof clean off the building and set it completely ablaze. Although townspeople rushed to the factory to give aid, it was already too late. All 11 girls working inside, including 2 of owner John Powell's nieces, had been killed in the blast. Only the foreman, George Reese, survived the explosions, which had blown him out of the building, although he too succumbed to his injuries a few days later. An investigation concluded the explosions were likely accidental, that a live squib had been tossed accidentally into a furnace with several defective ones, which was the usual way to dispose of the latter, thus detonating all of them. A grieving community, spearheaded by Powell, would raise $500 for a monument to the explosion's victims. That monument stands today in Plymouth's Shawnee Cemetery, a silent testament to the dangers young women faced in the workplace at that time. The mines, too, remained dangerous in the late 19th century. The Gaylord mine on Cherry Street, which coincidentally was close by the Powell Squib factory, will be showing signs of imminent roof collapse in February 1894. Numerous props throughout the mine were squeezing and breaking under the pressure of the ground above. Mine management felt they could head off the problem by adding in larger and more secure timbers. And so it was on the morning of February 13th that assistant foreman Thomas Picton was leading 12 other miners in placing support timbers in the mine. Suddenly, without warning, the roof caved in so quickly that the miners had no chance to escape. Over 600 square yards of the mine collapsed in rapid succession. When rescuers finally reached the dead, some were found in upright positions, having tried to run for it in the final seconds of their lives. Roughly half of the victims of the Gaylord mine disaster also rest today in Shawnee Cemetery. And then, on March 2, 1982, the borough was hit by one of the most destructive floods in the recorded history of the Susquehanna Valley when temperatures abruptly rose, melting all the snow in the area. Coupled with nearly 2 inches of rain falling in less than 24 hours, the Susquehanna rose almost 31 feet above its low water mark. Streets close to the river were flooded, and railroads in town were washed out. Plymouth recovered quickly from the flood in the end, although it would be hit hard again in both 1936 and 1974. But it was not all disaster during this time in Plymouth. The Plymouth Street Railway was incorporated in May 1889 and ran the full length of the borough. It would be leased by the Wilkes-Barre and Wyoming Valley Traction Companies shortly after completion, and with the opening of the Carey Street Bridge in 1895, was extended via second line across the bridge to Wilkes-Barre's Public Square. The system would extend all throughout the Susquehanna Valley into neighboring towns such as Ashley, Edwardsville, Sugar Notch, and Wyoming, and operate into the 1850s. Elsewhere in Luzerne County, textile manufacturing became a big business in Plymouth as well, with mills such as the Atwood Silk Mill and the Pioneer Knitting Mill taking root in the community. The Howell Mining Drill Company, Shawnee Box Factory, and West Lumber were among the other notable businesses that operate in the town as well as the centuries changed over.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.